Good morning. I would like to break for prayer.
This is the Neoliberal Around podcast.
I pray that we may return to love, loving one another, irrespective of who we are or who they are. But how must we love? True love expresses itself in sacrificial and constructive ways. Jesus demonstrated that kind of love in all his actions, even to the very end. He transcended institutionalism and rigid rules in order to bring people together. Yet, in his name, we have too often built institutions and philosophies that deepen division, which is contrary to what Christ has taught and lived. Jesus stood against privilege and challenged doctrines and positions that exclude and discriminate. He sought to draw all people together. He asked, "Who is thy neighbor?" and taught that everyone we encounter is our neighbor and friend. Jesus reminded us that Jews and Samaritans had no dealings with one another. Yet, he shared a story that overturned that separation. His lesson was clear. Though people may come from different faiths, backgrounds, or walks of life, once they meet, they share a common humanity and ought to help one another. And when Jesus asked Peter, indeed, when he asks all leaders, "Do you love me?" his answer was this: "Then feed my sheep. Give them life. Give them what nourishes life. Give them what builds, restores, and uplifts. Give them life. Give them, all of them. Not just some people, but all people." To all leaders, he says, "Feed my sheep," not just a few people, not just a group of people, but all people, because that is love. And perhaps that is where we must begin again. Love. I share this prayer and this thought amidst a time of war, hate, a time of unforgiveness, uncertainty, where as human beings, we are bombarded with stimuli of hate, of unforgiveness, of hardline positions, to insert our foundational value that will help to promote and advance human society: love. An inability to love, or a corruption of what it means to truly love. And Jesus, of course, Jesus represented true love. God sent, the story is God sent Jesus into the world to model what true love is and to share to us that his intention is to unite all humanity And in order for human beings to be united, which will help with progressing and advancing human society and life, that we have to dismantle and tear down certain walls that divide. That's true love. And that's hard to do. And Jesus demonstrated in order to do the hard thing, we may have to kill ourselves. We may have to sacrifice in order to bring all men together. That's the idea here. In order to love, we may have to make sacrifices. Sacrifices that even where we may have to destroy our flesh, our privileges. We have to get rid of our deity. Yes? Get rid of the privileges. Jesus could have relied on his privilege to save himself, but he did not, because he wanted to send the message. That's the power of the message of Easter, the power of the message of Christ, the power of love. True love expresses itself in sacrificial and constructive means. In order for there to be a ceasefire in Iran, a ceasefire between what's going on in the Middle East, between Iran, Lebanon, the US, we have to reappropriate love. It takes love. Love for one another. That is how we can bring about peace in the world. By committing sacrifices. Are we willing to sacrifice as Jesus did? That's the war between Russia and Ukraine. In order for there to be a ceasefire, or for them, there must be love. There is no love. The kind of love that God in the person of his son Jesus demonstrated, a willingness to sacrifice, because true love expresses itself in sacrificial and constructive means. There has to be true love, and in order for there to be peace, there must be love. And I think the world has changed the idea of love. To partially love is not love. It's quite interesting. So I hope that we can learn the lesson of Christ today. I mean, some people don't believe in Jesus, but the idea is not to promote. I'm not here promoting Christianity over any other religion. I'm promoting what Jesus represents. This is how we can talk about good men, Martin Luther King, MLK, so on and so forth, and what they represented and what we can learn. I hope that we can learn, and that's the power of this story, the power of the story of Christ. I believe that God inserted himself in human history to teach us a lesson, and I hope we don't miss the lesson that Jesus represents. I hope we can truly gain from it. Donald Trump was flirting around Jesus, do it for Jesus, but then in Easter he talks about he's going to decimate Iran on Easter, but he missed the story here. And as a leader, you have to be careful. You don't want to miss the mark. Understand the story of Christ. It was a story that involves trumping privilege in order to bring all men together so that we can advance human society. I'm Renaldo McKenzie of the Neoliberal Round podcast, the Neoliberal Corporation, author of Neoliberalism. Book 2 is coming out. The book title is Neoliberal Globalization Reconsidered, Unfair Competition and the Death of Nations. But of course, I probably need to release release another book talking about the idea of love, so that as the world, I keep saying we are watching things, we're watching baddies, and you go on social media, you see people are fighting, group of white people and black people are fighting, and that's the new thing now. Where is the love? Let us love one another, for love is of God. Because anyone that loveth is of God. He that loveth not knoweth not God. Thank you so much. Visit us at theneoliberal.com, RenaldoCMcKenzie.com. What good.